Hello there, John McLaughlin. Welcome to another Tabletop Talk. This is episode number 7, and I'm actually going to record today's session simply because I'm going to be on the road a little bit later. As you know, I live in the UK and I'm spending the weekend over in Scotland, so that's going to be okay. So I thought I wanted to get this recorded and get it uploaded, obviously for the time that you normally watch them. So today, as sometimes on these Tabletop Talks, I want to start with a little story. And this story comes from when I was working as a police officer. So going back to probably mid to late 90s, I can't really remember when it was, I used to work shifts, and one of the worst shifts I ever used to work was working night shifts. If you ever work night shifts, you'll know what I'm talking about. We used to work from 10 at night till 6 in the morning. And this particular day, or this particular night, we'd been working all night. It was about 5:15 in the morning, and we were making our way back to the station. Middle of the night, nothing's stirring, and suddenly a car passed me. I didn't see the car. I didn't really see anybody in it. But what I did is, as soon as this car passed me, I was going in the opposite direction. I pulled a handbrake turn in the middle of the road, spun it round, chased after this car. The car sped up. I ended up, almost crashing the police car, going up a curb at 50 miles an hour, wrecking both the wheels. And we dealt with this incident, and the car was actually stolen. And I remember, as we dealt with everything that we had to do, and the colleague who I was with turned around to me and he went, "How did you know? How did you know that car was stolen?" And I said, "No idea." I said, "I didn't see anybody in it. I didn't see the car. I didn't see anything. Didn't even know what make a car it was. I just had that gut instinct, and I went off and chased this car." And of course, later on, as you become more familiar with psychology and the way the brain works, what had actually happened is my subconscious mind had scanned that car for a fraction of a second. It identified the two people in it. It told me that the car was stolen, and it told me all that my subconscious brain did was give a signal to my conscious brain. It went, "Go get them." And that's what I did. No thought process behind it. And that is the power of the subconscious mind. And this is what it's doing all the time. And one of the things that I was very conscious of with police, and certainly doing martial arts for 35 years, is the subconscious mind will tell you what to do based on information that you cannot process consciously. And you end up having an instinct about things. And sometimes we think, well, okay, is this situation safe? What's the instinct? Does it feel good? How does it feel? And this is kind of the way the brain works. Okay, so a little story for you, just to give you some analogies about the conscious and the subconscious brain. So today, what I really want to talk about is sometimes the feelings that you get when it comes to starting a new business or starting something brand new. If you're anything like me and you pick up a book, okay, here's a handy book that I've got to hand. Okay, so women, when they pick a book, okay, they're more logical, okay, and they'll start at the front and they'll work their way towards the back. Okay, because that is the logical steps. Men, okay, people like me, will go to the back of the book and start flicking through and look for the obvious pertinent points and the conclusion before they even understand anything about the concepts. And as you go through the course, this is what is going to happen to some people. Okay, sometimes you get involved in the steps, and I've had it as a coach where people say, "Okay, I'm on step 2. I'm on step number 2, but really what I want to do is, can I make some money now? Because I want my affiliate links. I've got access to all these people on Facebook and social media. I know it will do. Can I? Yeah. And the logical step is to go through the steps. And let me paint you another picture. You have your little golden egg here, okay? But to get to this golden egg, you've got to climb this hill. You've got to climb the hill. And at the top of the hill is what you want. And as human beings, we're always looking for the easiest and the quickest way and the less painful way to get to what we want, to get to our goal. And a lot of the time, you've got to go up that hill. And a lot of people will look at the hill and go, oh, you know, all I want is this, and I'm going to climb that hill, and I don't know if it's worth it. And when it comes to, is it worth it? You've then got to look at your goals. And most people who kind of question themselves and say, is it really worth it? Haven't got a defined goal. Okay. And this is what's really important within business, within anything that I've been successful with, whether it's been martial arts or whether it's been business or whether it's been, I don't know, decorating the house. Okay. Something that everyone's done. And, you know, sometimes you'll start decorating your house and you'll go, oh, I'm bored now. But, you know, the bathroom needs doing and I'm going to get, okay, tell you what, I'll do the kitchen. And you start painting the kitchen before you know it, you've got three rooms in your house that have not been done. Okay, you've got to climb that hill. Okay. So a lot of the question I get asked is, you know, what is the quickest way for me to progress? Well, if you're on step 1, then the next logical thing is to go to step 2 because that's the quickest way to progress. And you start climbing that hill. Now, what you can say is you want to think about, in terms of goals, give yourself small goals, but also give yourself small wins. Okay, so a lot of the information starts getting really interested in the steps at steps at 3 and 4. 3 and 4, I've got to tell you, are my favorite steps. You're really going to learn a lot from those because it really starts to allow you to understand how you start building the business. A lot of people will struggle through 1 and 2, climb that hill, and not think about the actual goal that they've got. So unfortunately, some people don't even see it through because they haven't got that defined goal, you know. And what I always say about goals is you want a goal that is not just tangible, but a goal that is bigger than you, okay? And those goals that are bigger than you involve giving to people, okay? I had a person recently that said, you know, I've done really well all my life and now this business is for me to give back. I'm going to give 90% back. And I thought, that's fantastic. It really is. And when we talk about goals, you need to define them and you need to have certain techniques in place to anchor them to what you want, to get you through the challenges. You know, when I was starting when I first started karate, back in 1983 when I was 12, worked that one out. You know, my goal was to get to the next belt. And then the next goal was to go into a championship. The next thing was to win it, you know. And when you're young, you haven't really got a lot going in your mind and you can have those goals, keep them defined and keep them fresh and you can keep moving forward. When we get a little bit older, and we've got all sorts of stuff going on and we've got bills coming in and we've got to try and manage the kids and we've got to try and manage all this nonsense that we have to do in life, we need to define our goals and we need to keep them at the front of our mind. This is where 2 techniques come in. Number 1, you want to be doing visualizations, okay? And number 2, you want to be doing affirmations. When I was first exposed to the concept of this, I just thought, oh, we go. If I've got to grow my hair long as well and grow a beard, you know, because to me it all seemed a little bit hokey. And I thought, you know, I understand the personal development. I've been doing that for a long time, but, you know, do I really need to do it? You know, I've read all the books, I've looked at all the videos. I'm actually in business. I do it on a day-to-day basis. And the answer is absolutely you do. You need to do it more than, I need to do it more than you. So in getting your goals, define your goals and then try and anchor them by making them real, okay? And in terms of visualization, get a vision board, okay? I sit here at my desk, you know, and pretty much what I've got on my wall, I've got, you know, certain things that I've got, you know, certain pictures that I like to look at. But more importantly, I've got a vision board which illustrates what I want to achieve, okay? And it tells me what I've already got. In terms of affirmations, it's something that we can go into, you know, later on, but affirming to yourself the kind of person that you are, because what we're doing, remember what I said about the story with the stolen car, your conscious mind, that's my dog by the way, your conscious mind controls what you do, and the affirmations and the visualizations talk to your subconscious mind. So on an unconscious level, I'll be looking on my wall, and I'll be seeing different things. You know, I'm looking right now. I'm looking at a picture when I was in a magazine a few years ago, and as a property developer, and I just put it on the wall, not for any other reason that I've had a bit of wall space, but that is going to my subconscious mind, and it's really important to do. So, if you haven't defined your goals, you need to. If you haven't got affirmations in place that tells you where you want to go, okay? So an affirmation could be something like, I've got an internet business and I get 10 leads a day and it's easy. That could be an affirmation. It could be one that works for you, okay? But again, we're going to go into this in more detail. Have visualizations, put goals that you want to achieve on the fridge. Every time you go in the fridge, you go to open the fridge and the refrigerator, and you see the picture of what you want, the car or the house or the lifestyle or you with a great body or whatever it is, okay? And it's talking to your subconscious mind, and it does make a huge difference. So you incorporate that training, okay, with the MOBE Daily Power Up calls. You incorporate that with my podcast, Reprogramming Your Mind for Success, and you listen to T. Harv Eker's Secrets of the Millionaire Mind book. You're going to have so much information, and you're going to make such a massive difference to what you're doing right now. Because 90%, actually those numbers are probably wrong, it's probably more 99% of success is all to do with your mindset and your subconscious mind telling the conscious mind what to do and how to act. And it's really simple, but it's doing these things on a regular basis. So get your goals. Set small goals. Set small, achievable goals. Don't set a goal of making $1 million by this time next year, because for most people that's a big ask and it's unachievable. So set yourself a small goal. What's that small goal going to be? Okay, after this video, I'm going to make sure all my stuff's packed and I'm going to have a cup of coffee. There's a goal. Okay, that's a pretty good goal. By this time next week, I want to have this, and this achieved, and it's achievable and it's doable, and it motivates you towards what you want to achieve. So these small goals lead to big goals. But if you give yourself one big goal, it becomes difficult, and that hill becomes so steep, and then you start questioning yourself, is it really worth it? Is it really worth climbing this hill? And when you start thinking that way, when you start questioning yourself of, is it really worth it? Then your goals aren't big enough. Simple as that. If you want to, as I was saying the other day on our last tabletop talk, if you want to lose weight, then you can lose weight. But what's the consequence of not losing weight? Is it not fitting your clothes, or is it death? One is a good motivator. I guarantee most people don't want to die. But if your doctor tells you, if you don't lose some weight, your diabetes is going to take over and you're going to die, what are you going to do? Suddenly that hill, well, it doesn't actually get lower, but you find the energy to get up and get it done. So really important, this one. Really important to understand the kind of person you are. Really important to understand that your subconscious mind is in control of you. And if you don't control your conscious mind, then you're not in control of yourself. Your subconscious mind, you're not in control of yourself. Your mind is in control of you. Okay, those of you who listen to my podcast will know that statement, because I say that on the actual podcast. It's really important to get on that information. Okay, and let me just leave you with this. Aside from goals, aside from everything else, a 10-year-old can go through the 21 steps, because a 10-year-old will believe that they can do it. A 10-year-old has no fear. A 10-year-old can get on the internet and make it work when we sometimes struggle, okay, because they don't really have any fear or any inhibitions. So in going forward, in being successful, in making this work, become your 10-year-old. Be fearless. Have goals, and make this happen. Because let me tell you now, if you let it happen and you allow it to happen and you put things in place, you will be successful. Not just a business, but you'll be successful at relationships. You'll be successful financially. You'll be successful getting that bathroom finished, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you. Okay, so fantastic. I always enjoy these talks. I really enjoy talking to you today about this. Join me for the next one. Remember, we run every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If I can't join you live, I'll be doing a recorded message just like this one. It's been fantastic speaking with you, and we'll speak soon. Bye for now.